my name's Irie, and today I will be discussing how reading helps children with their development. Reading skills are clearly and important to a child's success in school and life. So the sooner you start, the better. Today I will be describing how it helps with parent and child bonding, cognitive development, and improved imagination and creativity. It allows parents and children to have a special bond. It has something for both the parent and child to look forward to regularly, and it lets the child feel close and intimate with their parent, and maybe they can find a special book that they find to be their favorite. For example, when I was younger, my mom used to read to me and my sister this book, I'll Love You Forever by Robert Munsch, and I remember she used to read it to us pretty regularly until we would fall asleep, and many times we would cry to it because, if you didn't know, it's a really sad book. And this book has brought our relationship pretty close, because just last spring, my sister and I and my mom went and got tattoos from a famous saying from the book. And reading also allows for a child to feel loved. According to Robert Winston and Rebecca Chickett, authors of the London Journal of Primary Care, the brain development of infants depends on a loving bond or attachment relationship with a primary caregiver who is usually a parent. There is increasing evidence from the fields of development psychology that lack of parental inconsistency and love can lead to long-term mental problems as well as reduce in overall happiness. Reading to children allows parents and children to get this love and attention that they need at a young age, while also giving everyone a relaxing break in their busy and crazy lives. Not only does it create a special bond between a parent and child, but is great for their development in other areas. It is also helpful to a child's cognitive development. The definition of cognitive skills is the ability to think and understand. When you read to a child, it helps them make sense of the things going on around them. For example, a study done on toddlers' cognitive development from being read to states that thousands of cells in this child's growing brain responds to being read to, causing brain cells to strengthen from the experience. When a child is being read to, they are being introduced to many new concepts, such as wider vocabulary, shapes, and colors, which will help their mind expand more than if they weren't read to. When a baby is read to, they are focusing on listening and concentrating, which are very important cognitive skills. Overall, being read to helps with a child's attention span to be able to sit and listen to their parents read to them. The greatest amount of brain growth occurs between birth and the age of 5, this being why it is the most important time to read and grow a child's mind. A study showed that children who were read to at least 3 times a week by a family member are almost twice as likely to score in the top 25% in reading compared to children who are read to less than 3 times a week. Children who are not read to as much have a greater disadvantage, and most students who start behind unfortunately stay behind. For instance, a study shows that students who are not reading at grade level by 3rd grade are 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. When a child is behind their fellow classmates, they are likely to not enjoy learning because of the sense of not being as good as other students. Just reading to children can help them build skills to achieve more in school. According to a study done by the National Center for Education, 26% of children who were read to by a family member 3 or 4 times in the last week recognize all letters of the alphabet, compared with 14% of children who were read to less frequently. According to CNN, researchers discovered during MRI scans that the left parts of the brain became active when listening to a story. Along with greater cognitive skills, reading to children also helps to improve imagination and creativity. As it is obvious, children's books tell a wide range of stories, most of which are very creative and fairy tales, as you may know from being read to growing up. This allows for children to have a much broader imagination than kids who are not read to as frequently. According to Dr. Stephanie Carlson, expert on childhood brain development at the University of Minnesota, children spend as much as 2/3 of their time in a state of imaginative play. After studying how preschool-aged children immerse in non-reality, she concluded that imaginative play helps children to develop their creativity and strengthen their problem-solving skills by forging imaginative pathways in their brains. Reading to your children is one of the big things to thank for this. With the help of reading, children can think more outside of the box In school, they'll be more creative when writing, telling stories, or doing day-to-day things. Lastly, reading to your children can help soothe them to fall asleep faster. With devices being a huge part of our lives, putting them away and reading together can help everyone sleep with much more ease. I would like to thank you for listening to my speech, and as we're young adults going into adulthoods and maybe becoming parents soon, I hope that you take this into consideration and hopefully learn something. Do you have any questions? Okay.